Kategate, Colbert, Grovels. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. The Daily Express reports through Aurora Bassotti, Stephen Colbert's Princess Kate apology backfires as royal experts slam grovelling clip. You will recall, of course, that as a consequence of the retreat from public view, entirely understandable as a consequence of abdominal surgery and a cancer diagnosis, that there had been ridiculous and unmerited speculation about the whereabouts of Catherine. This then led certain commentators to find that it was entertaining to talk about her absence and to speculate as to the reasons behind it. One of the individuals that did so was talk show host Stephen Colbert. He, like many others, has ended up with egg on their faces, realising that their supposed humour was ill-placed as a consequence of then learning that the reason why the Princess of Wales has not been seen is because she's been dealing with the ramifications of a cancer diagnosis and treatment. Certain individuals, as I've pointed out in my video Guilty Celebrities, remained silent, but Colbert issued an apparent apology. Nevertheless, Stephen Colbert's attempt to apologise for a mocking skit aimed at Kate, the Princess of Wales, did not meet the approval of royal experts. The host of The Late Show was among several US presenters forced to issue an apology after making light of the royal taking a step back from official duties before she announced she is undergoing cancer treatment. Colbert expressed his regret and offered his well wishes to the Princess of Wales for a complete recovery in a grovelling exercise during the latest episodes of his nighttime show. But his attempts to backtrack did not appease multiple royal experts, nor members of the public, who slammed Colbert, accusing him of failing to actually apologise to Kate. Former Daily Express royal correspondent Richard Palmer wrote on X, "I have not seen the full clip, but if this is an accurate transcript, apologies may be a stretch, full of regret, just about right." Royal commentator Victoria Arbiter echoed Palmer, noting that the TV host had fallen short of offering a proper apology to the Princess of Wales. Arbiter wrote, "Regret is even a stretch. It smacks of, I'm sorry you chose to be upset by my jokes." Now, pausing there, whilst I have not undertaken an analysis of what Stephen Colbert is, the supposed apology that he engaged in smacks of a lack of sincerity and false contrition. An absence of sincerity, blame-shifting, and false contrition are well-known manipulations and aspects of the behaviours of certain narcissists, namely those that are of a mid-range variety. It must also be understood, however, that those behaviours can be engaged in by non-narcissists. It's just far less common, and it's not done repeatedly. It's interesting, therefore, to see this narcissistic indicator appear with regard to what Mr. Colbert has stated. The typical, actually, I'm not sorry at all, the only thing I'm sorry for is I've got caught out, and I'm sorry you chose to be upset, namely, it's your fault, not mine. This is a rejection of accountability. It is an absence of culpability, and is a form of blame shifting. This might be representative of what Mr. Colbert is, or, as a consequence of his embarrassment, he is brought to this particular place, but lacks the foresight to offer a wholehearted and appropriate apology. Either way, his words are demonstrative of false contrition, an absence of accountability, and blame-shifting, three indicators that are often found with the behaviour of a narcissist. But the response of those royal experts and the members of the public also demonstrates the level of support that exists for Princess Catherine, and how those who have ridiculed her have not dented her popularity, but instead have caused it to increase, that there remains a resilience with regard to the level of support that she's enjoying. Arbiter continued by explaining he had to throw in a line about her getting the best care because of who she is. An actual apology to the parties involved would have been far more convincing. Author Valentine Lowe questioned Colbert's wording, noting that Kensington Palace had announced Kate would not attend official events until at least Easter, after she underwent extensive abdominal surgery in January. Lowe said, Colbert acts as if the cancer diagnosis came completely out of the blue. In a sense it did. But the palace said she had had surgery and would be away for several weeks, so she hadn't disappeared. She was doing what they said she would, and clearly was not in a great place. Addressing the backlash he has faced since joking about Kate's alleged disappearance from the public, Colbert insisted he had not intended to offend her. He said, I do not make light of somebody else's tragedy. Far too many of us know that any cancer diagnosis of any kind is harrowing for the patient and for the family. Though I'm sure they don't need it from me, I and everyone else here at the Late Show would like to extend our well wishes and heartfelt hope that her recovery is swift and thorough. Members of the public also appeared unimpressed with Colbert's statement, noting he failed to mention the word sorry as he expressed his regret. Ex-user at Lara Flying Minx wrote, I've read the entire transcript. He doesn't say sorry at all. No contrition there. Another user at Dementor Autumn commented, no apologies whatever. And at Melwes5 said, seems like just about all the celebs that said hurtful things towards Kate over the past month are now backtracking. They put themselves in that position and now they're backed into a corner with no way out. The old saying, you've made your bed, now lie in it, springs to mind. One suspects, of course, that Stephen Colbert is somewhat biased. We saw the way that he behaved in relation to Prince Harry being on his show, and therefore he's deemed it appropriate to take potshots at the Princess of Wales, and this is royally blown up in his face, demonstrating that those remarks were ill-judged, and his apparent apology certainly hasn't cut the mustard with either royal commentators or certain members of the public. But what one can see from all of this is the fact that, despite he never used the word sorry, that he skirted around it and never apologised for his tactless, underhand joke, the Princess of Wales is the one that comes up looking better out of all of this. The fact is that people continue to support her, and the cack-handed way that many individuals have made light of her situation, and those conspiracy theorists that continue to do so, are just being shown for what they are. And in actual fact, it provides a greater opportunity for the Princess of Wales to demonstrate her elegance and how she is above all of this, but also she knows how well she is regarded by many and many members of the public. Furthermore, she can see that despite the attempts of so-called comedians and talk show hosts, their words have simply bounced off, leading to her having greater popularity, which of course will dismay all the more this one's wife, who simply doesn't understand and doesn't get it, how Kate is able to conduct herself in this way, whereas it doesn't work for her. She doesn't get it because of the absence of emotional empathy. Kategate is far from over. There will be continued press interest with regard to her recovery and treatment, and of course this one's wife will still continue to seek to take opportunity of the apparent absence in relation to various members of the royal family. But Kategate demonstrates the strength of support that exists for the Princess of Wales, something only this one's wife can dream of. And once again, each and every time the reference is made to an apology to Kate, the support that comes up for the Princess of Wales, all of this continues to get under the narcissist's skin. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.